What's going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadskii, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video, and today we're having a look at the brand new Kizuna clash coming up against Perona. Remember, this is a super boss Kizuna, so in this video we're only looking at the generic bosses, the 10-star difficulty. I will likely upload a secondary video talking specifically about the super bosses, so we're going to split it up just to help you guys out. And remember that the teams in this video are not going to clear like level 100 of these 10-star difficulties. This is just to get you going, get the, creative juices flowing for you guys, give you guys some options as to what you should be thinking about in taking on these 10-star difficulty quests. I haven't even figured out my own teams for this yet, but of course when it does come out, I'll show you guys exactly what I have cooking up for both the 10-star and the 15-star super boss Kizuna. So without further ado, let's go ahead and start breaking down each of these fights. First boss is versus Quick, and this is the team composition that I have here, and it's a very odd looking team, definitely is, but I think it should be okay in terms of getting the job done. So we're going to be using Queen as our main captain. No real particular reason, you can kind of use whatever you want, but I felt like Queen was an option. So he's an attack booster, he's pretty decent. He's obviously got a super type effect as well, which can give you more damage versus the Quick boss, of course, and it's a very easily activatable super type as well. So characters that are driven and cerebral receive cooldown for this quest, so building around that is going to be important. Another character, or actually two characters, are going to be very important in this Kizuna if you have them. It's going to help you a lot in team building. Is going to be Legend Hiyori as well as Legend Robin and Jinbei. They help on a lot of different stages for this quest, so if you have them, it's going to make things a lot easier for you. As we move forward into stage 2, that's why Robin and Jinbei are on the team, because they can remove the damage reduction and the threshold. And of course, everyone's going to receive max super switch, so you can use their switch ability, get a full board of matching slots, and then use their special to give a base attack boost and remove all of the negative effects. You could also use the super swap of Rayleigh Gaban here as well to give you a chain boost and a minor attack boost. But of course, using Hiyori special here is going to be quite key, because it's going to give you a full board of Wano slots, and Wano is going to be very key as we move into stage 3, as we do need a Wano slot in order to break the barrier. You only need one Wano slot, so as long as you can generate one in some capacity, something like an Odin support will actually work on one of your characters. You just need one Wano slot to break that barrier. There's also up to 6 turns of attack down post level 31. And that's why we have Rayleigh Gaban as the captain, because they will remove the attack down completely for us. We have Zoro on the team, who provides us with a very good orb boost, but also with the fact that he will deal with the special reverse. Post level 31, it's 2 turns of special reverse. Zoro will deal with that, which is absolutely amazing. And then we have Law on the team, because he's just a color affinity booster, just kind of works out. And he also removes the paralysis that occurs post level 31. But of course, you got Rayleigh Gaban for a really good orb boost. So, I mean, realistically, you could actually use them on stage 2, because we are using Zoro on the final stage anyways. And then, of course, Queen provides us with an attack boosting effect as well. So there's just lots of ways to get matching slots here. Of course, Hiyori going to be that key way of doing that. We get around all the gimmicks. It will do decent damage, but there's definitely better teams that you can build. Alright, so now we're moving on to the second team versus Quick, and this is another weird looking team, but again, it just will get the job done. So we're using Stussy here this time, and Stussy will deal with the gimmicks on stage 2 with the damage threshold and the damage reduction. And then we can also use Law and Kid on that stage as well, because the chain boundary will carry for 3 turns. So we're able to carry that for stage 2 and also keep it for the final stage as well, which is fantastic. Also, Hiyori special, we can use that on stage 2 as well to get the Wano slot to keep him for the final stage, of course, very, very important. Now we do have the Chopper with the Cat Viper support, which will remove all the turns of attack down post level 31. Karasu, very important, gives us the cooldown reduction, dealing with special reverse by 2 turns for all of our cerebral characters. Vivi and Rebecca, of course, on the team, providing us with an attack boost and an orb boost. And look, it's not the most efficient team out there in terms of damage, as I said, but these units will help you clear the content, get through the gimmicks, and should be able to last at least post level 31 very, very comfortably. So now we have the second fight, which is the Psy variation, and this team is going to be using double Uta, which is dope because Uta is amazing. So cooldowns for Dex and Int, so building teams around those colors, very important. Battle 2, 3 turns of Rainbow Shield, 5 turns of resilience. There's not many characters that fit the colors that also deal with all of those effects in one special, but the Ivankov on this team is able to do that. It removes those gimmicks for us, which is great. Also, because of the way that Uta works, we can legit use Uta stage 1, we can use the second Uta on stage 2, which will give us a full board of slots and lock them so we can keep them for the final stage. However, there is a really annoying effect that does occur on the final stage, which is all of your slots are changed to unfavorable. So realistically, you could use one of the Utas on stage 2, then when you reach the final stage, use the second Uta just so you're able to get the full board of slots here. But looking forward into the final stage, there is 5 turns of paralysis. The Uta captain deals with that. There is 1 turn of damage nullification, which is very frustrating, and after level 31, your entire left column is inflicted with bind by 8 turns. And this is why this pudding is going to be very key, because I think a lot of teams you're going to see out there are going to use pudding for this specific team due to the fact that her special allows you to remove 5 turns of bind, which is what we need to deal with, as well as removing 2 turns of damage nullification. So she's perfect. She just deals with everything, or deals with those annoying gimmicks there. Now, there is also a 1 turn effect of limiting your special uses. This is the only reason why we're using this Black Maria on the team. She does have the potential ability to remove that. So realistically, you can just exchange Maria for anything that has that potential ability, just to ensure that you can get around that effect, just in case if you do need it. Perona is replaceable. You can put whatever you want in that place. She's just basically there because she can give us a chain lock, which is actually pretty dope. But yeah, it's just again just a team that can get the job done, and relatively easy to build, so long as you've got Uta, of course, even with an Uta friend captain, and then you can replace the captain with a unit that can generate slots for you. As long as you have that, this team will win comfortably. The second team that I have here versus Sai is going to be using Yamato Captain, which is very cool because we can just avoid the bind that gets inflicted post level 31, which is fantastic. We're also using Kaido as the friend captain because that allows us to do really cool things with him, of course. So there is 3 turns of Rainbow Shield and 5 turns of Resilience, which again is very, very annoying. We do have the Ivankov that can deal with that, which is awesome. We do also have Queen on the team as well, and Queen can do some pretty cool things too. Of course, he does give really cool effects of being able to remove. He removes defense up and threshold, which actually doesn't really matter here. But he does the end of turn damage effect, which is actually really cool. And he does give color affinity too, so you can actually potentially just use him on stage 2. Because remember, when you use Kaido's special, all of your cooldowns are going to be charged again, so you can just use whatever other specials you need. So you can use basically whatever specials you want, aside from Kaido, on stage 2, because all your specials are going to be back. But something to note is when you reach the boss stage, you do get a full board of badly matching slots again, which Kaido can deal with comfortably. 5 turns of paralysis, which is why we have Capone. He'll deal with the paralysis for us, even post level 31. And then the damage nullification. This is where this Clash buggy comes into it. This buggy does have an ability that can remove 2 turns of damage nullification, so that's really nice as well. He actually does change the unfavorable slots that you're given into matching, which is kind of cool. And as we already touched up on, the fact that we have Yamato as our captain means that the bind that is inflicted to the team is not going to happen, which is awesome. So the fact that you have Kaido and then you could use a Queen special for massive color affinity, this team will hit incredibly hard against the enemy. And also something that's really cool, the versus effect of Kaido will be fully charged at the start of the quest, so you can do some really cool gimmicks of actually getting the conditional boost of Queen with this team too. So very, very high damage potential that you can get versus Sai. And now we move on to the final variation of the bosses, which is against the Dex boss, where Slashes and Cerebrals are receiving cooldowns this time. Now, the TM Stussy on the team helps us deal with the gimmicks on stage 2. She removes 5 turns of Despair and Special Bind post level limit break, so very good for that stage, removing those gimmicks. And because we're using Cat Dog, and obviously with the way that they work with the friend captain, we can just use the super switch, which is dope, and then we can use the special ability of our Dog Storm captain, which can give us an attack and a color affinity boost, of course. And then we can hit the perfects and get the orb boost in the final stage, switch the Cat Viper back into Dog Storm, use that one special. So we're on the final stage, we're going to be able to get attack, orb, and color affinity boost. Now, we do have the treasure map rare recruit Koala on the team. Again, not really many replacements for her. There are a few, obviously, but it's just annoying because damage nullification is a big gimmick in this Kizuna, which does appear once again. So she deals with that, and she does remove 5 turns of bind. With the Karasu support, we can remove all 6 turns of bind that occur post level 31. Now, something to note as well is that you are given a full board of block slots on stage 3, and normally that's not really a problem. However, after level 31, there's going to be an additional interrupt where if you change your slots, then you are given super block slots. Obviously, not really that good, but it's really not that big of a deal if you carry really good slots into the last stage, or if you change your slots into Wano, Rainbow, Semler, etc. So that's why we have Hiyori on the team once again, because she's able to do that. So you could realistically use her special on stage 2, or you can use it on stage 3, and I mean, due to the bind, you could actually just wait and use her on stage 3. The bind occurs to the top left, the middle right, and the bottom left, so you do have to make sure that the character that you want to remove the bind with is in a very good position, otherwise you could screw yourself. There is obviously attack down as well, but Cat Viper and Dogstorm, when you use their special on stage 3, that's going to remove the attack down as well, and with that, you deal with all the gimmicks, and you're going to have an attack, an orb boost, and a color affinity boost, and Dofi and Treble are just a unit you can use to get a chain lock, but again, replaceable with legit whatever you want. But cat dogs work really well. You need a damage nullification remover, someone to deal with the Despair and Special Bind on stage 2, and you're pretty much off to the races, so works pretty well. And now here's the final team of the video, which is going to be K-Dad. So we're using K-Dad again because they're actually really good for multiple different reasons for this fight. It almost feels like this unit was kind of designed for this fight. So one really cool thing about this unit is in their captain ability, they resist attack down, so you don't need to worry about attack down when you reach the final stage, and their special ability is very powerful in the fact that it can remove 5 turns of damage nullification, which also occurs post level 31. So it almost feels like this unit is kind of built for this quest. So we're using Kawamatsu, they deal with the Despair and the Special Bind, and we have the Jinbei support because we can use one of the super classes of K-Dad on stage 2 and carry the Wano slots on the top and bottom row into the last stage. Not going to have to worry about that. Obviously, Law and Kawamatsu are not going to receive matching slots, unfortunately, but I don't think it's really that big of a deal. In this team comp here, we also have the Odin. I mean, actually, the way that it kind of works, if I remember correctly, you could actually use, you know, the Odin special and then the K-Dad special as well, or the K-Dad super type, and then the Odin special, and then the K-Dad special. You'll get a full board of Wano slots, and then also the orb boost of Odin is extended by an additional turn, becoming a 3-turn orb boost, carrying that into the final room. So yeah, you actually can plan it out correctly and get the full board of Wano when you reach the last stage. And then, of course, as we said, you know, the attack down is dealt with. The bind will be dealt with Trafalgar Law. He removes 5 turns by himself. Whitey Bay removes the additional turn that's given to you. And then you have the Sweet Commanders, which is just a unit that can give color affinity, and also they're a slash unit, obviously, but also give a chain boost. So again, you know, you replace it with whatever you want, but this is just a team that we put together, full mono slasher team. Deals with all the gimmicks and should do pretty good damage too. And of course, if you have a really high level of final tap on your K-Dad, makes the team even better. With all of that being said, that is going to wrap it up from me. Thank you so much for watching the video. As I said, I will likely get an additional video up for you guys in regards to the Super Boss Kizuna, which is also going to be coming alongside the generic 10-star difficulty Kizuna, so make sure to look forward to that. I really hope you guys have enjoyed this video though, and if you guys did, make sure to go ahead and leave a like. And if you want to stay up to date with all the content I post on my channel, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. On that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.